All right, old man Cappy here, trying to bang out a video before I go live with Elkins at 9:30 for an accounting question. If you guys want to tune in to Ask Elkins, which I guess what we're going to name. I got to bang this out. Cappy, I'm planning on vacationing road trip of sorts, traveling from Sioux Falls to Rapid City and then to Denver, spending 4 nights in each city. Any cool places you'd recommend along the path of those cities? One, I would not spend 4 nights in Sioux Falls. Take that time and go to Rapid City. Okay, there is nothing in Sioux Falls. Nothing. I don't know if you already bought your hotel. There's nothing going to be happening in Sioux Falls. Get out of there. If you can't, all right, make 1-day trip to Mitchell. Make another day trip to Chamberlain and then head all the way back. There's nothing to do in Sioux Falls. So that's the first thing I would do. Rapid City. Now let me pull up my favorite place in the world. And I'm going to do this in order. I'm only pulling this up on the map so I don't forget everything. You are going to have to, on the way out there, do Badlands National Park. Okay? You're going to have to do that. In the Black Hills, obviously Mount Rushmore. And then along with Mount Rushmore, you're going to drive 16A, the road 16A up Iron Mountain Lookout. Do that. Do the big loop where you come through the back door by the Black Hills Playhouse. You hang a right, and then that takes you to Lake Sylvan down into the Hill City area. I would stop at the $Silver Saloon if you're looking for a place to eat, south side of Hill City. But you definitely want to do that 16A Mount Rushmore. You can do that all at the same time. You also absolutely have to drive Spearfish Canyon. That's probably the second most important thing to do in the Black Hills. It's wonderful. I recommend coming in from Spearfish and then hanging a left at Savoy, then hanging a left again at Cheyenne Crossing and going to Deadwood. And you also must spend time at Deadwood. I would not bother going to Sturgis. You could drive through if you want to go to Sturgis. That's fine. If you're looking for another great place to eat in Whitewood, there is a restaurant called Bullwhacker Saloon. It has a nice traditional restaurant to do there. Now, with that out of the way, if you want to do caves, if you like caves, you can do Wind Cave or Jewel Cave. I have no preference between either. They're not that exciting. I'm not a big cave guy. I would climb Harney's Peak, which is by Sylvan Lake. I would also go hike to the Cathedral Spire. So you do a triangle. You start Sylvan Lake, you go to Harney's Peak. It's called Black Elk Peak now. Because who knows? Harney collected slaves. I don't know why they named it name. You go to the Cathedral Spires over Sylvan Lake, great 9-mile hike. If you have the extra energy, I do the Sunday Gulch there as well. What else is absolutely mandatory in that area? I really like hiking around Sheridan Lake. Sheridan Lake has some great hikes. There's a bunch of trails in there that you can do. Lead is also cool. You'll hit that on your way to Deadwood. I like the Little Elk Creek Trail. You hike to Lake Dalton. I'm trying to think of the Southern Black Hills. What I've done that I really enjoy. Hike up Rapid Creek outside of Silver City. Go to Silver City. There's a trail that just follows the stream out of there. I'd hike that. As far as the trail goes, that's pretty flat. There's no gain there. Hot Springs is worth a visit for a day, I guess. You know, it's there. It's in disrepair, but it's a nice little town to go through. The Southern Hills are a little bit more prairie-like. If you had an extra day, I'd even go out to the Badlands National Park and do some actual hiking, not driving from Sioux Falls to drive through it. You're going to drive on that main drag 240. Come on, Claire. What does he got to think else? If you like swimming, I'd hike to the Hippie Hole. Look out for poison ivy. What else did I do? There's Mount. Rapid City is a cool downtown area, but I don't know. It's just this cute downtown area. There's not actually a lot to do there. There's Galena, Savoy. We did that. Van Acker Canyon is nice to drive. Drive through Van Acker Canyon. There's Hill City. That should give you more than enough. And if you want to go hunt for fossils, I would probably go to a town called Edgemont, drive south, look for some federal land, federal grasslands, and just start looking. Look out for rattlesnakes. But Edgemont's pretty far away. Now, you'd probably be driving through Edgemont to make your way to Denver. That'll give you enough for 4 days in Rapid City and the Black Hills area. Don't bother with the northern Black Hills north of Sundance. I wouldn't bother with that. It's not that exciting. Keep thinking I'm forgetting something. That'll give you enough. That'll give you enough to hike. Oh, I'm sorry. I knew I was forgetting something. If you got an extra day, you want to do an extra hike, hike Crow Peak. Crow Peak outside of Spearfish. That's one of the best hikes, one of the best views. You can see Wyoming, Montana, and South Dakota from there. All right. Now you're leaving Rapid City, and you're going to go to Denver. If you want to visit the Great One, stop and say hi in Fort Collins. There's not a lot on your way in. You're going through Wyoming. There isn't anything there. Don't bother stopping in Cheyenne. There's nothing to see in Cheyenne. I mean, you want to see the Capitol, fine. And then you're going to be in Denver. Now, Denver, you're going to have to make your way into the Rocky Mountains. And I'm not that familiar. I'm familiar with Rocky Mountain National Park. If you're in good shape and it's warm enough, I would climb Hallett's Peak. You can do that in a day. You'll be on the spine of the Rocky Mountains. You can see all the way into Granby. You can see all the way, not necessarily Denver, but you can see the other side, the plains. Denver itself, there's a good cigar lounge on 6th Street. Yeah, I think it's 6th Street, south of downtown immediately. I forget the name of it. And what I would do, what else? There's a short 14er. Squano, Saxon, Grays, Silver Plume. No, I'm trying to find. There's Empire. Griffith Mountain, nope. Where is it? Erstad Peak? No. Oh, there's the tunnel. Maybe I went too far. There was an easy 14er along Highway 70. God darn it, where did it go? I don't know. But what I would do is I would do a big circle. You go to Rocky Mountain National Park, take Highway 34, get into Granby, take 40 down all the way to Highway 70. And you will also, if you have the time, want to stop in a town called Blackhawk. It's a really cool gambling town, a lot of casinos, and it's built on a hill that goes like down at a 45-degree angle. Denver itself, I like Denver, the town, but there's just not a lot to do. Only reason I like Denver is because I got to go hiking in the mountains. If you have time, go down to Colorado Springs. I would not hike, but drive up Pikes Peak. That's kind of fun. But Denver, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Golden, the town of Golden's kind of cool. There's some hiking out in Golden. You can also tour the Coors factory out there. That's pretty neat. There's a ton of distilleries and factories. Don't bother with Boulder. Just looking around. Yeah, all I did was go to the cigar lounge. And then I'd be on my way. And if you got time, but you got to get in a lottery, I think. It's going to be a haul. It'd be cool to drive through it, but I would drive to Glenwood Springs and do Hanging Lake. That'd be a full day. You'd have to leave early in the morning. You may have to get a lottery. Look that up on the internet because there's too many. But you get there as early as you can and do Hanging Lake in Glenwood Springs, and I turn around and drive back. No, it's not Mount Elbert. See, most of the hiking I've done in Colorado has been on the western side, where the Americans live. Unlike the parasites who live on the east side of the mountains, except for the farmers who live on the east side of Denver. And I think that's it. Rocky Mountain National, why just get here. When you get to Badlands National Parks, just get your Parks Pass, the year-long Parks Pass. And then I would do a bunch of hikes in Rocky Mountain National Park. That would be your best. And you're not too far away from Denver. There's a bunch of hiking you can find along I-70. Empire, Blackhawk is a definite must. Cigar Lounge. And then Pikes Peak if you're willing to go down to Colorado Springs. There's also, what was the... This would be a road trip, not Salida. Oh. If you have time, make a day trip to Black Canyon. That's what I would... that's another one. Hang on, I got to find out. What's the... Royal Gorge. Royal Gorge. Yep. Go to the Royal Gorge. Drive to Royal Gorge. Take the gondola over Royal Gorge. That's cool. I think it's the Arkansas River. And so there you go. Oh my gosh. Okay. Super chats. We got to bang these out quick, guys, because 9:30 is a hard start. Cappy Ties. Thanks, Larry. Thank you, Puma Raw. By the way, for all of you who did make super chat donations on that video I did before, where I came in the middle, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow morning. I'm going to catch up on all the missed super chats. Juan Cabrera, $4.99. How long would it take to visit every single state soon? I'll be taking a break from work and just drive around the country. 3 months? Oh, yeah. 3 months is more than enough time, Juan. I mean, unless you're going to like spend a lot of time. You could hit it easily. I think you could do it in 2 weeks if you wanted to. You wouldn't spend any time there. But then you have to fly to Hawaii and you have to make Alaska a separate trip. But yeah, 3 months is more than enough. DJ Aftershock, $2, dude, bro. Get a compressor to travel, man. A compressor. All right, that's it. All right, we're going to see you guys in about 4 minutes. Me and Chad will be back. Toodles.